Hello, friend.
So, hello everybody, this is Warrior. Yep, strange to see me, I guess. Today we're starting a playthrough of Kerbal Space Program, so let's get going. So, hopefully you can't see this FPS counter up here, that's a bit of a pain. I've not really used... what's it called yet? There you go, good with your English. I haven't really used your autism called yet, have I? And let's do our first launch. Beautiful. Go. Yeah, fins are for pansies. Set the thrust down, we don't need that much. Let's see how far we can go just with this. Now we'll get fins to them. Right, so you press G, nope, C, sorry, yep, G. That's already set on. So let's get going. Let's call it the rather optimistic name of Space Junk. And we can't fit the science, there we go. There's of course 2 places to check on science, or 3, let's get going. There we can do in this flight. 4 for balance, there we go. So we're running a few mods, it may or may not crash. Some of the mods are old mods, and haven't been updated sadly. I will update them when I remember which ones need updating, but there we go. Hope you can't hear my fans in the background. Anyway, let's keep going. Save and launch. It won't be controlled. Never got why this doesn't just put people in. Plunge. But anyway, I've only been gone for 7 months, haven't I? Yeah. Well, I was going to decide to just stop doing the videos with the false promises because clearly they weren't going to happen. As much as I was trying to get everything to happen, it just wasn't happening. So I've waited until I've saved up for a new computer, and now here we are. Oh dear, that was a bad choice. Pitch up. Forgot the one thing we should have done. Deep experiments. Crew report while we're here. He is currently crapping himself, as we can tell. He is not having a good day. And let's see how far we can go now. Can we spin it round and steer it like a plane, please? I think we have the power for it. What if we observe our mystery goo now? Yeah, we can keep that. Now we're going down, so what we'll do, see if we can go with that island there. Roll a little bit. Honestly, I think we'll overshoot. What have we got record wise? We have broken the speed record of 25 meters per second. That's impressive, that. I think that's 50 miles per hour? Yeah. It's not a very good record. 80 meters per second? That's more like it. 250 meters per second. 100, and we got to 10k. Well, we got to 15k actually, but they don't like that. So anyway, mods we're using. They're in the description, but the ones I can think of at the moment, we're using the scatterer mod, which means you can see the atmosphere a bit better. Using cable attachment system, KW rocketry, I think, the one that had the big parts. Using McJeb, and we are using ferram aerospace. Oh, and remote tech. So it's going to be quite difficult at points, but stick with me. Hopefully, it should be interesting. And the parachutes will go. Or should be. There we go. So we're just going to go for a nice landing in the ocean because we're not making that field anywhere now. So we're still dropping 100 meters per second, if you see up in the dial up there. Actually, I think that'll be more like 70 maybe. There we go, parachute has deployed. If it will get out of the way. Go away. There we go, right, so we'll just quickly descend down. We're going to get 50 FPS. Yeah, 50 FPS isn't too bad considering I upload the videos at 30 anyway. I may or may not be speeding this up because you can watch any once for a start on Kerbal. It's pretty much the same. But look at this beautiful water as we hit that. Ooh, that's not good. That has to hurt. Well, that's our precious science gone. Let's see, can we do this? Oh, gonna drown him there. Poor Jeb. Here we go. Does the water have practical physical effects now? Let's have a look. They appear to be bobbing. Curve into water. Oh wow, there's a swimming animation. That's cool. I think we're just going to recover a vessel. Right, there we go. Let's see what there is left to recover. We might have lost all our science with that. Not ideal, but let's get going. Next. Done. There we go. A vehicle assembly building. Nope, not vehicle assembly building, you idiot. Go get your stuff. Come on. What are you doing? I apologise for the terrible accents, by the way. I don't know what I'm doing. Clearly making a fool out of myself. But space junk sadly did not become space junk. Just regular junk. Ooh. Parts of space junk survived. Recover vessel. 20 science. Recover vessel. Mystery goo, there we go. Recover. I think it's still profitable to actually check these. Recover. Recover. Nothing from that. Just a few funds, I think, which we're doing fine on at the moment because we just started. Right, so let's go. Ooh, that loaded a bit slow. 5 FPS, there we go, that's better. Go do the science, you silly person. Come on, science, 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 science. Science is important. There we go, and the first thing you should really get is the Science Junior and this lot, because it allows basic rocketry would be a very nice one too. Procedural tank, that's always a good one. General rocketry. Oh, we can't afford it. No, ooh, we could get that. I think we're going to go for the heat shield, to be honest. And let's try and make its orbit already. You know what we didn't do? We didn't go to contracts. Right, try again. Oh, that's you too. Escaping the atmosphere. Orbit Kerbal. No thanks. Right, focus observational survey. Kerbal? Nope. No thank you. Right. So we go into the VAB. Almost sounds like FAB. Don't know if anyone here actually used to watch Thunderbirds, but I did. That's good. But yeah, just scrap the whole thing. Let's go for Space Jump 2. And can we make this any longer now? We can. So we can do that. That's good. So now either side of this, parachute points up. That's important heat shield there. Because we're going to be getting in hot. Hot, hot, hot. Structural. I'm going to do something quite odd and you're going to understand why later. There we go. Parachutes, where are they? There we go. Two radiuses, no, they're massive. Landing lane, I'm not really interested. Heat shield can come up again. And this is what I was doing before. So in theory now, more drag will be caused up at the top, causing this to still favour going down that way. In theory. What we can also do is put these here to try and assist that. It'll be useful anyway. Just in case we don't make it, there we go. So we are going to make it and we're going to stay positive. We are going to knock it off with all the negative waves, I say. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Length, oh that's not going to satisfy anyone, is it? So that's... Why are we making our tanks out of cushions? I don't know. Let's see what's more... Oh, it's what looks nicer. We could go Atlas style now. Redstone stripes, I like them. Not that they really look like that, I don't think, but we'll try it out. Do we have... We don't have the info on here, do we? We got this, but that's just useless, isn't it? Didn't even know this was in here. When's this been added? That's quite interesting. So look what it says. There we go. Right, so that should be long enough, honestly. What we might want to do, just see if we can get ourselves a little synchronization up there. So what we're going to do here, and here, because we are British, that's the proper thing to do. We have to stay here and drink our tea. I don't have tea, I have a weird drink in a bottle. It'll do. There we go. That's a little Lucasade coffee, I think, but let's get on with it. And we're going to have these here. How long will they go? Not very. They're going to be nice and aerodynamic too, because, you know, that's definitely the sort of thing that FAR agrees with. We're probably going to kill Jed, in all honesty. Yeah, we'll just do that. Very expensive. But, what can we do? First, let's get rid of that. That's probably going to do it. Do we have less than 30 parts is the question. Let's call it Space Jump 2. Save and launch. Total mass is 26.51 tons, I think it says. I think we can upgrade the launch pad already. Yeah, we can. Space Jump 2, up we go. And Jebediah is going on his lonely mission to upwards and outwards. Or the spacecraft might fall over because I might have forgot something. Ah well. Trial and error, eh? Nice little hop for good luck, you know. It is always space and it always astronautical tradition to do a nice little hop with your rocket for good luck before we set off. We'll do our science, well, our launchpad science. There we go. Experiments. EVA reports. Oh no. Well, that was kind of a pain, frankly. Yeah, that's gonna have to revert to launch. Sorry about this, folks. I might just cut out loading times. Well, why am I saying this during a loading time? I don't know. There we go, the hop for good luck. I don't know why it's doing that. Little wiggle. Experiment. I would try to get out again, but I don't want to risk it. So hopefully now, with these big panels here, or big heat shields, we should actually have a nice stable rocket. Or when I say stable, most of the drag will be down here, meaning that it will pull the rocket down that direction instead of being tipsy. So there we go. And we turn off a little bit. Just get a bit early gravity turn, just in case we do get into space. I kind of want this stage to last as long as, well, nearly as long as the boosters. Because the boosters we can't detach at the moment. I don't know what that was. Fight it! We will fight it! No, we won't. That's not happening. So, do we actually let ourselves revert to stuff like this? I don't want to. And we gain control, but it's a waste of a rocket there. We haven't even beat the last Saturday record, I don't think. For more of this first experience at home. Good for us. Right, I'm no expert, but that's not stable. We're going back. Back to the drawing board. So honestly, if at first you don't succeed, try and try again. Or just add more engines. Yeah, I think adding more engines is just a good solution, to be honest. There we go, that means more control. Just for good luck. I think for some sort of aerodynamics we are going to keep with the heat shields here. We don't need much ablator, so does that change the price? Yeah, it changes the price a lot. Save and launch. The vehicle assembly building cannot support over 30 pots. Really? I thought that was the launch pad, but there we go, so look. It's a good thing they don't use Lego. We can't afford to upgrade that without a few missions. How many parts we got? 54 with that lot. Let's try it like this then. Save, launch. And the computer's currently sounding like a jet. That's wonderful. So let's cool it down a bit, see what we can do. Let's have a look. Observe mystery goo. Deep experiments. Don't know why I'm throttling up, but we can only really crew report in space since we can't get out. So let's get going, let's see what we can do. So as you probably know, the booster is just to get us off the ground, get us into thinner atmosphere. And that's exactly what I'm hoping to do with it. My mistake before was I kind of left before we had enough atmosphere to support. Before we had the atmosphere thin enough to allow me to control it the way I wanted to. Because the beauty of these engines here, as you can see, they can move around with the exhaust, allowing you to control them. And bye bye to the KSC. We want to keep a constant speed if we can. I'm thinking about 300 until we get to about 45k. I don't know what that flickering water is there, but just look around and that is beautiful. Ignore the flickering, there is no flickering. And that is the sound of the booster falling into the ground. Not a very nice time for the booster. How many of these did we carry? We only took 2, right, that's interesting. We're about to beat our previous height record. For some reason, the rocket's SAS cannot control itself. So I've never known why. But let's see what we can do. Where's our apoapsis going? 58, 60, 62, 65, 67. Let's see if we can get past 70. 85. I'm honestly thinking we might need a rescue mission once we get the science from this. I hope not. But I want to get into orbit. Right, and we'll ditch this here. I do love that sound, it's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Get ready to fire for orbit. Take throttle down to half. Not throttle, thrust limiter. We're now in space. Ladies and gentlemen of Jurassic Park. Sorry, what? And we want to burn down just a little bit because I think, if I remember rightly, we can actually push this down just to 70-ish, but it'll also help us flatten the orbit and get it closer towards having a nice little periapse. However, we're getting a bit close to that apoapsis. Right, we're not going anywhere anytime soon, I don't think. Observe materials bay. We need better engines, it's just a fact. Deep experiment. So, mystery goo. Deep experiment. So, no, time for a nice fiery landing, I guess. What do you think of the situation? Sky it seems as we're very much in space now. The sky seems mostly below us. I will have to admit the blue marble looks pretty beautiful at the moment. Now hopefully, if I design this right, we can just do this. So, just take a second to admire the beauty of space. And down we go. Can we close the doors? Yes, we can. Upper atmosphere, and there we go. So, activate, and activate, and hopefully this will give us a bit more drag just to make sure we go into the right parts of the atmosphere. And we want to be a little bit below retrograde, just so we can, just so we can steer ourselves a little bit. We want to be going down for the most part. And here we go, here's the fire show. Let's have a look what Jeb's seeing here. Yep, that's a nice scary fire show. There we go, shock heating's nearly done. And prepare for landing, I guess. So what if we pull up now? Can we steer this a little bit? Got any wiggle, just out of curiosity? We want to point flatly at retrograde, and maybe if we just do a couple of spins, reduce our speed a little. There we go, that's speed down. Speed down, speed down, speed down. And 300 meters, like 3,000 meters above sea level. 2,000 meters above sea level. 1,000 meters, well no, 1,000, and parachutes go. And there we go. And that's perfect timing, just about to touch down. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and now. Not again. Oh, we've lost something. Again. Well, that's irritating. So we're currently in the water. Are we floating back up? I think we're floating back up. Right? No, we're not. So we'll recover our vessel, and we've lost a materials bay, which is really irritating. At least we got some science from this. Always do that. I always bloody well do that. Come on. R&D. We have more parachutes, don't we? Oh, there's a drogue chute, not going to do much. Oh, there's a radio chute there. Basic science. Can we get a temporary satellite put up, maybe? I wouldn't want to. So we're going to put it off here, I think, actually. Maybe more for next time. Let's see what we can recover quickly there. I think this is just a heat shield, but let's see what we get from that. Not much. Right, so thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This has been Aperture Warrior, and good night. Or good morning, depending on where you are, to be honest. You know what I mean?